day this morning. Court does call the case of Arbor Woods versus Amber Knowlton.
Good morning, Your Honor. Rachel Bush, Palace Law.
She here?
Yeah.
Hello, Miss Knowlton?
Yes.
Okay. And where are we on this case? I had 1644.52 inclusive
For the
of cost
judgment,
over.
Your Honor, that's correct. This is plaintiff's motion for issuance of the order of eviction. This judgment was entered back in April, and it's been more than 56 days since entry of the judgment. Therefore, we filed a motion for its issuance. My understanding, Your Honor, is that $577 was received towards the judgment amount. That is all. And at present, there's a balance due of $4,845.75. Therefore, we would request entry of the order of eviction, allowing plaintiff to recover possession of its property.
Ms. Knowlton, what do you have to say?
Well, I've been working on getting help with the payment. I have one organization going to help with $3,000, and I'm trying to get the other $1,800. I did an SCR 2 days ago, and I'm waiting on that decision. I've been working on trying to get loans to get the rest of it fixed. You know, I'm having a hard time talking today because my face is swelled up. I don't know if you see that, but I woke up like that this morning. But yeah, I've been trying because every time I do an SCR, then I get to where, you know, I get someone to help. By the time they decide to help, then the SCR, I got to redo that all over again each time. But my husband walked out on us back in December, which left me with no money other than whatever possessions he had to sell to where I could get to where I am now. But I can't even get child support or divorce, anything. I mean, I'm living off a Social Security check and my 2 little paychecks and raising 3 kids. I mean, this is my family home. I've been here 15 years. I mean, I do not want to lose my home because I'm trying to do the best I can. I mean, I've been through having anxiety issues, depression issues, all because of this. I mean.
Okay, ma'am, let me ask you a question. You said there was somebody was helping you with $3,000?
Yes, an organization called SOS. The lady, she agreed if I can get the other, because I thought it was $1,000 or $4,895 I had to pay, but apparently I was off by $50, I guess. I mean, and she agreed she can pay that if I can get the rest of it.
Ma'am, let me ask you this. When did you have your meeting with SOS?
I've actually had 2 of them in the last month and a half. I just talked to her last week on the phone. I mean, I'm trying my best. I just got back to work.
All right. So, ma'am, here's the problem. The problem is the funding's not there.
I understand that. I'm working on it. I just got a letter or thing earlier, but I didn't have time to check it from SCR and what I need to give them to see how much they're going to pay. I mean, I am working on it my hardest. I mean, I tried calling loan people, trying to get an FHA, you know, against my house. Nobody will give me one because I don't have any credit.
Okay, ma'am. I just had to tell you, regrettably, the $3,000. Here's the reality of the circumstances regarding this. Even if you came up with that other balance, the $3,000's not there.
I know that it's going to be there as soon as the other amount. I get the other amount because she done told me she's going to pay it. And then I texted her because Zoe up front told me I had till the end of this month to get all the money together. So when I talked to her, then I started calling people even more. I've been on my phone every free moment I've had. Like right now, I should be at work, but my face is swollen where I can't even hardly talk. It hurts to talk.
Your Honor, I'm unaware of any agreement to grant until the end of the month, but if Your Honor wants to pass on this matter briefly, I'll verify with my client if they're willing to give her until then to try and come up with the various funds to bring the account current. I don't have the authority to approve that without clarifying with them.
All right. Ms. Knowlton, let me pass it and I'll let counsel check on that, what you just said, and then I'll call your case back up.
Yeah, because I talked to Jacob this morning and I explained it to him. I mean, I'm trying. I'm disabled. I can't do too much.
Okay. Let her give a call.
Yeah, my husband was helping me with the rent until December. Then he just walked out and left us. I mean, what can I do? I can't get a divorce. I can't get child support. I mean,
Okay. All right, ma'am. Let me do some more cases. We'll call it back up momentarily. Court does call the case of Arbor Woods versus Eshawn Hogan Mosley. They have not checked in. You may proceed.
Your Honor, I don't think we received verification that one was on the docket this morning, but nonetheless, my understanding is that we did file a motion on this case as well for issuance of the order of eviction. If Your Honor prefers, I can clarify with my client the exact amount and that nothing's been paid since. So if we could pass on that matter briefly as well.
Okay.
I'll double check with my client. I don't want to say something on the record without being 100% sure of it.
I understand. Okay, I'll pass that matter.
Thank you.
Northville Crossing versus Jessica Bradshaw.
For the record, Your Honor, Rachel Dornbush, Palace Law on behalf of the plaintiff.
Good morning.
Good morning. Okay. The claim in this case, it looks like $1,841.01.
That's correct, Your Honor. As of last court date, Ms. Bradshaw was supposed to make a $300 good faith payment. I don't see that payment on the ledger, so I was going to inquire with Ms. Bradshaw if she had made that payment as ordered.
I have not. I have it. I have not been able to go up to the office yet. Unfortunately, I had another episode from the last court hearing. I have been off this week. I do have it. Monday night, the church did come. We had our meeting. They were waiting for my SER. I checked it this morning. They are going to pay $161.02. But they want me to pay the $1,643.99 first before they will do that. But as I said, the church said they will help. I just don't know exactly how much they're going to pay yet. He said he's going to call me at noon on my lunch.
So I'm sorry, who's paying the $161.02?
For the SER.
Oh, that's SER.
DHS.
Okay.
Yep.
SER is going to pay $161.02, and you're waiting for verification of what St. Vincent de Paul is going to assist you with?
Correct. I will get a phone call here. He said he would call me between 12 and 1 today.
And I mean, are you in a position to pay the difference? I mean, assuming St. Vincent de Paul can't help you with anything, and maybe they can, I don't know. But if they're not, are you able to pay the difference between what's due and the SER payment?
Unfortunately, no.
So here's what I'm going to do because, ma'am, we're clicking into October.
Understandable.
And so, and you can let the folks from church know this. I'm going to find that there's no tribal issue after a hearing on this matter. I'm going to grant a judgment for possession, so at least we're locking in the number that needs to be paid. And is it $1,841.01 inclusive of costs?
It is, Your Honor. Cost, I have the cost at $174, with rent retained being $1,667.01.
So I'll grant that judgment for a total amount of $1,841.01 with the writ issue in 10 days. And what that does for you, ma'am, is this way October is not included in the amount to redeem the property.
Okay.
So some benefit. So if you can if the church will help you with that number rather than a number, you'll be in relatively good shape, and then you can try to work toward October. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Court calls the case of Northville Crossing versus Angela McNeilin.
Here, Your Honor.
Okay, there you are. All right. I'm sorry, and Eugene Randalls and Zachary McNeilin.
Yes.
At the last hearing, there was $2178.36. Defendant could pay $1,200. Did you pay that, ma'am?
I've paid a total of $1,570 or $1,525.
1525? So you paid,
Yes.
Let me verify that, Your Honor. The ledger that I have, well, let me double check.
I paid 1,000 on the 11th. And then I just paid 525 Tuesday.
Your Honor, I do see the 1525 that was paid 1,000 on the ledger on 9/12 and then 525 on 9/19. Current balance then, Your Honor, with court costs is $613.36. And I believe Ms. McNeilin had indicated at the last court date, she believes she'd be able to pay that on the 25th. Ms. McNeilin, is that still accurate?
I'm actually going to be dropping that off as soon as I get out of work at 11.
okay, so you're gonna be able to get everything paid.
Yes.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do, because you certainly have made a good faith effort to this far and gotten that down. I'm just gonna adjourn this out 1 week. And that way, if you get that all paid, this case would then be dismissed. So I'll adjourn this
Okay.
out to September 29th, 2023, say, at 12 p.m.
And
Okay.
Your Honor,
Okay.
if for some reason Ms. McNeilin doesn't make that payment today, can we submit a default judgment on Monday?
Are you sure you're gonna have it on Monday?
I have it right now. I'm just at work.
Okay.
I just have to stop and get a money
Counsel,
order on the way
normally-
home.
All right, counsel, normally I would do that, but she made an extraordinarily, almost Herculean effort to get it paid. So if something terrible happens, we'll just have to deal with it on the 29th.
Understood, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Northfield Crossing versus Cassandra Studer
Cheryl Richter, present.
and Cheryl Richter. All right. I had at the last hearing 1786.39, said you could pay 1,500.
That's
Did you
correct,
get
Your
that
Honor.
paid?
Well, Your Honor, she did, but she paid it in cash and my client can't take cash. They've been trying to reach her to come retrieve her money and to go get secured funds, and they have not been able to reach her to do that. So,
What? I already picked up the cash and dropped off the money order
oh, when did that happen? My notes were from
yesterday.
19. Okay. You got that $1,500 money order then, Ms.
Yeah.
Richter?
Absolutely. Already turned it in.
Oh, okay. So you got the cash, got the 1,500 with the money
Yeah,
order.
Money order and dropped it off. Yes.
Let me double check that, Your Honor, if we could pass on this matter and then maybe recall this one along
Okay.
with the others.
All right.
Thank you.
And Miss Richter, just let me ask you this though. If they verify the 1,500, when could you have the other 286.39?
I'm sorry, Wednesday?
By Wednesday?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Pass the matter and let council check and then we'll figure it out. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. River Ridge versus Timothy Kelly.
He was here, Your Honor.
Yeah, he's here. He needs to unmute.
There we go. Yes, Your Honor, I'm
Okay.
here. Sorry about that.
I'm not sure what this note means to me, but there's $1,564 that I had claimed at the last hearing.
Your Honor, $1,594 now because an additional $30 in late fees has come due. Your note may have indicated that Mr. Kelly, he appeared last week, but it was later and was having difficulty connecting to audio. And so we weren't able to
Okay.
have a conversation with Mr.
Yeah,
Kelly on the
well.
record last week.
Sorry
Okay.
about that.
No, that's actually okay. That makes sense. I couldn't read Judge Barr's writing. Okay. Sir, how are you going to get that paid?
Well, I don't, are there any options? I mean, you won't believe, October 17th, I finally have a hearing to get my license back. So if need be, I can get work. I've been a journeyman tree trimmer all my life with the IBEW electrical workers, but is there any way, and I'm also going through a custody thing, and that's part of the reason I'm short is because the friend of the court had been taking half of my Social Security check out and sending it to the mother of my child or our child. And I kept trying to go to court and fix that. It's $813, but I finally called the friend of the court, sent him the paperwork I needed because my child has been with me for a year and a half. She goes to the Saline district now. So that's $813. It's going to come free, but I can't. And along with, I get a minor benefit through Social Security for my 12-year-old daughter until she's 18. That's also based on school district. And last year, even though I had my child, her mother was making it very difficult for me to go after that. So I just let it be because I didn't want any drama in my child's life. But that's another $1,500. I am applying for that. I have a meeting October 11th with Social Security to give them all the pertinent information to prove that she goes to school here and all that. And that's another $1,500. And that's the only reason this has set me back, because she had said she would send me some of that child support because I have had her, but she never did. So I can't force it. And that's why I'm finally going to friend of the court. So I'm a good tenant. I take great care of the property. When I first moved here, it was a mess. It's beautiful now. I love working outside. Is there any way I can get a set aside and I'm going to pay, I won't have any trouble paying the rent without late charges and all that. That was the problem. I got the late charges and then got behind in the court, and I was paying $800 a month instead of, or trying to, and that's why I got behind.
Right.
Is there?
Sir, so here's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
Sir, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grant plaintiff. I'm going to find that there's not a tribal issue. Much like the other woman that was here, I'm going to lock you in using the September rent, because if I kick this out any further, what's going to happen is your October rent's going to click in and it's going to be a bigger mountain for you. So
okay.
If I give you a judgment for possession, if I give them a judgment for possession, it's a $1,594. All right, that would need to be paid. And I'm going to suggest that you talk to your landlord and see if you can work something out, because it sounds to me like you've got hearings coming up that are going to free up some funds starting in October. Right?
Right. Yeah, hopefully October 11th. But I'm
right.
All the stuff has been sent to friend of the court. It's just, and I'm going to follow up and tell them that it's to flag it if they could go in and read it and see it, because they said on the website that sometimes it can take a while.
But let me ask you this about that, because are they going to give you a credit to your account, or are they going to issue you a check? Because normally I think they just give a credit to the account.
Well, what I don't know is if they're going to go back. I did give them information that I've had the child. Is that what you mean? I'm going to get 800.
No, that's exactly it, because you filed it some time ago. So it's going to be a retroactive. Yeah,
I'm not sure about that, but I know that it's going to free up that 813 because they take half of my check out. And she said just email and throw her a few documents, and I did, and that'll free up the 813 because that's all I was getting, 813. But now I'll get double that. But I don't know how long it'll take, and with my daughter here and everything, she's got the learning disability. I hate to be under the gun of being thrown out or evicted.
No, I know. And here's what I'll suggest to you. I'm going to grant that judgment just to keep the figure at a lower amount. But what I'm going to suggest to you is make sure to get that information to your landlord as to what would happen. Sometimes the friend of the court will give you something to indicate this is what we expect to occur. And so you might want to get
Right.
that information, get it to your landlord, because once that happens with the friend of the court, then that's all going to switch and your financial circumstances, you're right, are going to change drastically.
Yes. Yes.
And if
I
it's
can't wait.
retroactive, from my understanding, is if you were going to get an additional 8, you may get a little bit more
Right.
than just that additional 8, which is going to the retroactive amount that you overpaid.
Right. I got you.
You got me?
Okay.
So
Yes,
let's
and
do
I-
it this way. I think the important thing to do is to keep your landlord informed. Okay? But I'm
Okay.
going to grant the
Yes.
judgment. All right, sir?
Okay. Thank you. Well,
Thank
wait,
you.
granting judgment to eviction or
Yes. And
I don't know landlord laws or,
yes, I'm granting them a judgment, but it's for the lesser amount. So I'm only including up through September. Because if I go out any
That-
further,
that's
what's
the-
going to happen is you're going to owe October.
right. So is the amount 1594? Is
It's
that-
1894.
1594. No,
Oh,
1594
it's
is correct,
15.
Your Honor.
I'm sorry.
Yep, 1594
That's
is
my
correct.
problem. You know what? I said 18. I wrote 15. It's 1594. My bad.
Well, what does that mean? I have to come up with it like immediately or?
By October 2nd, I believe, Judge, is the.
Yeah,
is the
it's
statutory
October
time frame.
2nd is the writ date. When's
Well, I
your
can
first
play-
hearing? Sir, when's your first hearing?
I'm sorry. My first hearing is October 11th for the, and I'll get the child.
Hold on. Your first
Okay.
hearing. Your first hearing is October 11th.
That's with Social Security for the minor benefit
Got
for
it.
my
And
child.
then, okay. Do you have a hearing? The linchpin to this is really going to be the friend of the court. Do you have a hearing with friend of the court?
Not yet, but I'm not going to need one according to the front of the court rep that I talked to last Friday. She
That's
said it-
probably true. So
Right.
you need to get to the friend of the court to have them make that change like right away. So what I do, sir, is this. I'm going to extend your writ date to October 6th, give you to that Friday.
Okay.
So I'm giving you 2 weeks to get to the front of the court and tell them they've got to change that. When does
okay.
your Social Security check come in?
It comes in on the 3rd, and I also get a pension check on the last business day of the month.
Are they?
So
They're not taking from your pension.
no,
They're
Thank
taking
goodness.
from. Okay.
from my Social Security on the 3rd. Yes.
Okay. So what you need to do is you need to get down there and see if they can expedite some change on the withdrawal to that Social Security or their taking of that Social Security. And I'll give you a little
Right.
bit of extra time to do that. Okay.
Okay, I appreciate that.
And Your Honor, that writ
So
date
just-
extension is over the objection of plaintiff.
I do understand that. And so noted.
May I indulge you for one more question, just so I'm sure? Because
Go ahead.
if I come up with a 1594, it doesn't include October's, right? That's what you said.
Correct. That's why I'm doing it. That's why I'm doing it this way.
Okay,
Okay,
I just
you
want to
felt-
make. Thank you so much, Your Honor. I get it now.
All right. Not a problem. All right. Take
Okay.
care.
Have a great day. Thank
Your
you.
Honor, ready to go on the Knowlton matter.
You're ready to go on no. Which one was that?
Ending in.
Yes, got it. Arborwoods versus Knowlton.
Again, for the record, Your Honor, Rachel Dornbush, Palace Law on behalf of the plaintiff. Your Honor, my client, I believe, is observing proceedings today, and they let me know that there was no agreement to the end of the month, and they are not willing to go to the end of the month, unfortunately.
All right, Ms. Knowlton, did you hear that? You're muted, ma'am.
Well, Zoe lied to me then, because that's exactly what she told me. I mean,
Okay.
yeah, because I called her on the phone because they had wrote me up about my porch, and I told her, well, I'm working on the lot rent still, and she said, well, I don't know if if he's gonna let you go only until the end of the month, and then at that time there was not even a court hearing date, and then all of a sudden they get a packet of papers in saying they're trying to take me to court, and 2 days ago I get the court paper. I mean, I didn't have a lot of time to prepare for this today, so honestly, I just need another week or so. I mean,
Your Honor, I just would like to point out for the record that Ms. Knowlton was personally served and did not appear for court back in April, which is why a default judgment entered against her. And there has not been any payment on the account since May 31st. And so makes it very difficult for the landlord to be willing to try to work with somebody when it's been nearly 4 months since a payment was received.
I was at the doctor's the day of the last court hearing.
All right, ma'am, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grant the order, plaintiff's motion for issuance of the eviction and for the order of eviction, excuse me. And then I'm going to, like I said, grant that, and I'm signing the writ of restitution.
Thank
Thank you.
This ain't fair at all. I mean, I'm working my hardest to get the money, and I'm just getting kicked out every way.
All right, ma'am, I understand that, but I don't have another
You
option.
guys don't, because I've been contacting Zoe and Jacob every time I get an SCR and I try to get the money. And then the organizations that say they're going to help, then they fall on their end. I mean, I've been trying my hardest. All I need is another week. Because SCR, I got to see how much they want and what they need.
But ma'am, Ms. Knowlton, I hear you. Okay. I understand everything that you're telling me. And I need you to understand this is not, from my standpoint, an easy thing for me to do. But I have to, I can't ask plaintiff to wait. And they know that if I thought that the funds were actually there, that there was some hope that they'd be there, I would tell them to wait. They would object to it, but I would do everything in my power so that you could stay. The problem here, ma'am, is, and I'm just going to be blunt about it. You get promised that there's going to be this $3,000 if you come up with whatever, and the money's not there. And so, shame on the people that ought to be putting the money there. It's just not there. And I can't ask plaintiff to wait.
So what do I got to do? Pack all my stuff up in 10 days and go where? I don't have any money right now.
Ma'am, I wish I could answer that. I don't. I
mean, I've been trying to do what I need to do to.
I don't have the answer to that.
That doesn't want to be found, obviously. He took off with a crack work, leaving me with no money, but very little bit to survive on. I mean, if you guys why don't you go arrest him? I mean, you might get somewhere. I can't. You won't give me a divorce, so I'm stuck. And then now you guys are telling me I got 10 days to pack all my stuff up from 15 years of living here and get out, which is not right.
And just to clarify, Your Honor, just so Ms. Knowlton is aware, it's unfortunately not 10 days. It'll just be at the availability of the court officer, which may be much sooner than 10 days, Ms. Knowlton. I'm just want to make sure you understand.
Right. I mean, I just talked to Jacob this morning and I told him how I'm working on the money situation. I mean, the SER just came back to me right before we got online. I wasn't going to exit out of this and go check it. This ain't even fair to me or my kids. I mean, we have lived here through all these park managers. after 15 years, because my husband decided a piece of shit, I got to move out of my house that is in my name and go live in the streets, I guess, with 3 kids. Because I don't have nowhere else to go.
Ms. Knowlton, I hear you. I understand what you're saying.
They'll be here by morning and probably tell me to get out there, and I don't have nowhere to go. No money to do nothing with. When I'm trying my hardest. My face is swollen up. I should have went to the hospital this morning, but no, I made sure I got on the Zoom. The last time I was supposed to be on, my iron was super low. The doctor immediately made me come in and where I had to go in and get on iron pills immediately because my iron was at 10. I mean, I have health issues where I can't work a whole 40-hour-a-week job. I have fibromyalgia. I have depression, anxiety. I mean, and now this just makes it worse. I mean, I am trying.
Ms. Knowlton, as I've indicated, I'm hearing everything you're saying. I'm hoping that those that are supposed to be supplying funding to help individuals like you are listening. Just listen to me. I hope they're listening to you too.
Because I got an email from a lady that said that the funds are there. She has the 3K. All I have to do is come up with the difference. He's like this morning when I asked Jacob what's the difference, he wouldn't even tell me. They haven't served me those papers like you said every month. You know, you're supposed to get the paper telling you how much you owe. I don't ever get those. So then I have to call up and ask them how much I have to owe, and then send the papers to people. And it's like I'm doing more of the work than they are with trying to help me get out of this situation. I mean, the first month I was barely even, but a couple of days late, and they took me to court.
Ms. Knowlton, I understand everything that you're telling me, but I'm not sure that it's really helpful for this particular situation at this point. There's nothing that I can do. I have to follow. Ma'am, I have to follow the law. I have to try to be fair to both sides. And so that's what I'm trying to do. There has been a significant period in time here where the plaintiff has waited for funds to come through. You've been waiting for somebody to assist you, and that's fallen through. And now we're just at this point. So, ma'am, all I can tell you is I signed the order. I wish you the best. All right. Thank you.
And Your Honor, ready on the Ishan Hogan Mosley matter as well.
Court recalls the case of Arbor Woods versus Hogan Mosley.
For the record, Your Honor, Rachel Dornbush, Palace Law. Your Honor, I've confirmed that there have been no payments on the account at present. There's a balance due of $6,373.27. In furtherance of plaintiff's motion for issuance of the order of eviction, the motion being made since more than 56 days have passed since entry of the original judgment in this matter.
Motion is granted. I've signed the order. Writ will issue.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm still waiting to hear back on the Richter matter.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well,